Welcome back to another episode of Let's Chat Podcast, y'all. I am your host, JoJo.
And I'm Tyra.
Ooh.
And we're here with the audio version. As y'all know, every other week it's going to be an audio just because that's what works with our schedule. But this month we're doing a lot of traveling, which is fun, but we're actually not going to be traveling together.
No.
Yeah.
That's true. Valid.
When this comes out, you're going to be on vacation. You're going to be tanning away.
Hopefully. So I am going to Cancun. I don't know if I had mentioned this on the podcast before, but I owed my mom a vacation. And I was thinking about it and I was like, damn, like, I hadn't been on like an actual, island vacation where like I'm
Since
on the
when?
beach chilling. It's been like since Steve's wedding.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Which is like probably 2 years or so now. Actually more, because we were living down South Jersey when we went to that. So it's probably been 2.5 and some change, because I don't think the only other vacations that we've taken were Colombia. And Colombia is like, I like going to Colombia, but where we go, it's like more city living. It's not like beach and all that stuff. So I was like, damn, like I really just want to lay on the beach somewhere and like catch a tan and just chill, be by like beautiful water.
Yeah.
And you've been to like DR and shit since then, so it's like you've been near that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I need to go. And since like I was in academy for a while, I couldn't just like go wherever I wanted. So I was like, damn, I'm gonna go on vacation and I'm gonna take my mom because I owed her a vacation because I wasn't able to go with her to her birthday vacation in PR when she went in October. So, and like, I feel like my mom doesn't go on vacations as much as she wants to, but she's always been like let's plan something and go.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that are like tragic is she doesn't always have people to go with. And I'm kind of like one of her main peoples, and I feel bad because I feel like I haven't been like involved enough lately. And I'm just like, damn, like
I know
my mom's just a girl too, y'all. Like she, So it always reminds me of that TikTok that we saw where it's like, I feel bad that my family don't get to do these things. Like I'm in a new country somewhere, living life and seeing the world, and I feel sad because my family don't get to experience this. So she hasn't been to Cancun, and that's something that I wanted to do with us together. So that's where I'll be, in Cancun, catching a tan with my lady.
I'm jelly.
Are you?
Yeah,
we've been to Cancun before.
Of course, I've been to Cancun twice.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And yeah, every time it's a vibe.
Yeah, that was actually our first vacation together.
Yeah,
when me and you started dating.
Yeah, the food is good. The people are nice. The beach is nice.
I'm excited to see how the resort we're staying in is gonna be.
Right.
So, stay tuned for that. You guys will see that.
Right. So by the time y'all listen to this, JoJo will be in the sun, tanning away, living her best life. And then the week after, I'm gonna go somewhere. I'm going to Colombia. Like that's basically like my second home at this point.
That's
like
second residence.
It's like going to Florida. Like it's like not because obviously it's a privilege, but my sister has an Airbnb there, which is why I go so often. And
Y'all
the flights
international.
Yeah, the flights aren't really not that bad, honestly. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, we're taking Spirit, which I'm not too crazy about. Like it's funny because every time I take Spirit, I'm like, I'm never taking Spirit again.
And here
it
you are.
It was so uncomfortable. But honestly, compared to the prices for the other ones, it was just like, we have enough trips this year. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that because it's really gonna be like a mom and sister trip, truly. And I'm gonna see my cousin who I haven't seen in years, who's coming from DR. So that's cool. But what you said about like your mom, like I guess like not being as involved with your mom, I had seen a TikTok or Instagram that kind of relates to this, and I posted it on my close friends. but it basically says anyone else feel like they failed their parents because they're getting older and tired and you can't take care of them like you promised because you're barely surviving yourself. Because same. And I mean, this
Valid.
was a little dramatic with the surviving because I am surviving, but it's just like, I don't like, it's like things are just so expensive nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, I don't know, like if I were to win the lottery, like I would take care of my parents. Like a house, a big
I
house for
think
them.
everybody would.
Like, right. But like it's just like the little things that I feel like other people take for granted. Like just even owning property. That's like such a luxury. Um and it's like, I don't know, like I feel like our parents moved here for a better life, and granted it's still a better life from coming from the Dominican Republic, but I feel like it's not as glamorous as people think it is.
Yeah.
It's a lot of hard work, and it's like not easy to prosper, especially with everything that's been going on. Like it's like they tell you to get your bachelor's, you get your bachelor's, they encourage you to get your master's, you get your master's, and then it's like, and then you want to pay me like nothing. Like, so why did I do this? Why did I go to school for so long? You know? And I always say like, this is random, but like in college, you know, I always say like having an internship is truly like the key for you to get a job once you graduate, like right out of college. Because having an internship means that you're getting those skills. And in college, I mean, I don't know about now, and I doubt it now, but when I was in college, internships were something that you did for free. I cannot give you my time for free because I need to work and I need to make money. So having an internship was really never really an option. And those internships that did pay, they were very competitive. Like extremely competitive, where it's like you go to a job fair, career fair, there's so many other students there. Everybody has their resume. You're trying to look your best, but it's like how can you really even like stand out from the crowd when there's already so many other students there? And if you're a person of color, forget about it. So yeah, I don't know, that's what's on my mind. And I mean, I feel like it's always on my mind, I just don't talk about it often. But today I want to talk about basically like something to talk about other than small talk. And these are like questions to ask your partner other than like, how was work? And I'm gonna include the link to this as I saw it on Instagram, because I feel like I always ask you, oh, how was work? Oh, how was work? How was work? But I mean, I do feel like we have intentional conversations about other things, but I feel like that's like the main one every day. How was work?
I had come on y'all. Y'all already know I seen a TikTok.
What?
I saw a TikTok of this couple that was like, "Oh, we've been together when you've been together for so long." And they had been together for somewhere between like the 6 to 7 years. And it was like they're sitting at a table eating at like a restaurant or whatever, and they're just looking at each other.
Uh-huh.
And then one's like, "So, like, how's the food?" Like just like small talk.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Damn." It just be like that. Like,
I feel like sometimes it's like that, but not all the time.
yeah.
Where you're just
I
like,
mean, would you rather just have it like that, or would you rather have the same conversation every time? I mean, that's almost what it
um,
leads to sometimes.
I know. Like it's like, what am I gonna complain about? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
um, but sometimes I feel like for you in your job it's a little different because I feel like you work long hours, like
Mhm.
12-hour shifts. So I feel like so much could happen during that time. And I don't know what it is that when you're at work, so much be happening. And then I'm like, oh my God, this will happen, this will happen. And then Bruno did this, which is our dog, or like I found this out. I don't know. Like I feel like since sometimes we're so far apart or just we're not talking for so long, I feel like
Mhm.
sometimes I do have things to talk about that I haven't told you about yet. But I'm gonna go over some. And I feel like my nose is like stuffy. Um, let's see. There are a couple questions here. I'm not gonna go over all of them, but I will ask you some. All right. When was the last time you really laughed? I feel like not. I feel like you're not gonna be able to remember.
I'm not.
And if you can't, I'll go to another one.
Like crying on the floor type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't recall.
You know the movie One of Them Days?
Yeah.
I feel like when I first saw that movie, I was cracking up.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know what it is. Like, what's
What?
the science behind laughter? Because why is everything so complicated for me?
Like
I want to be one of those girlies who just laugh at anything.
You know what? You need an edible. That's what you need.
Like a fly on the wall is behind you breakdancing while you're talking in front of me, and I'm just dying. Like I can't. I don't. That makes me sad because it's like, why I gotta be this hard to laugh?
It really shouldn't. Honestly,
it shouldn't. You're either funny or you're not. And I feel like I have some funny people that surround me, but like
honestly though, like even TikTok, so I be cracking up.
You know
I can't remember the last TikTok I've seen that had me cracking up, but like I don't know, man. There be some TikToks that
I
really
do be laughing at TikToks. Like
Yo,
I hate the internet because it really just be crazy.
And like I be feeling so crazy because like it's
I'm about
always
to say, you stay laughing.
It's it's always when you're not here, or like I'm in my bed. And just cracking up. I know the dogs are like, what is wrong with her?
Is there like a is there like a thing out there that says like people who are the funniest don't laugh or some shit? Because I feel like I'm always being humorous and like the jokey one, but how can I be so funny and not laugh?
Right. I guess you're a comedian.
Yeah.
I mean, you see comedians laugh, but
yeah, but that shit I feel like we don't be.
I love a comedian that be laughing at their own jokes.
I know. That's great.
All right, I'll ask you another one then. What does free time look like you these days? What does free hold on. That sounds crazy. What does free time look like for you these days?
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah. All right.
Sleeping?
Yeah, probably. If I'm not sleeping, literally what I did yesterday, I woke up, I ate, and I spent like 5 hours after you left me on the couch watching TV. But like, I don't know. I feel like free time looks a lot of different ways for me because there are days where I'm just like, I don't want to leave the house and I just want to sit on the couch and watch TV and,
you know what
and watch shows on these streaming services we pay for.
Yeah.
And then there's times where I need to get out of here. Like, I want to go out.
See, I feel like, you know what I've noticed about you? Like, it's like you need to like watch TV. Like, you need to. It's like a must have of like your kind of like your
it's my comfort.
Your me time.
Yeah.
Like that's like a non-negotiable.
Because it's like it's a form of entertainment for me. And it's like I can't sit on my phone all day and scroll and look at this and look at that. Like I get bored of that. And it is also like, oh well, like I don't want to go online shopping either. So I need something to distract me.
Yo, you're just like your mom.
This is crazy. Also, are you kidding me?
What?
I'm just like, girl, you online shop for everything.
Number one, I'm just saying, like, she loves to watch movies and TV shows, and she's a big online shopper.
Yeah, but I think I don't online shop OD though.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't bought things either recently.
I recently bought clothes because I'm going on vacation. That's really
I remember that. Yeah, I remember.
But other than that, I feel like that's mostly what has been coming in. But I haven't, like, even Amazon. I pay for Amazon Prime and I don't even order like
cancel that. Just cancel it.
My mom be on there all the time. No. But I think, like, for me too is like, it depends. It's like what I watch. Like, I watch like a lot of series and stuff. So it's like I'm invested in the storylines and I want to see what happens. Or like I guess in a sense too is like, I don't know how to explain it, but like it's I don't know. I can't explain
You know
it.
what I noticed too though? Like I noticed that I can't get into the shows that you watch that are
No,
old.
I
Like
gave
I
up
don't like Gossip
on
Girl.
trying
I
to.
don't like I'm not gonna say I don't like. I just cannot sit here and watch it. Like I have to sit here and I'll probably be on my phone.
Oh,
I don't
excuse
know
me.
what it is. But if it's a new show,
Sometimes I feel
I'll
bad
watch
because
it.
I feel like I'm putting things on that you wouldn't watch, but
But
I
just
feel
how
like you
you
don't watch anything
no,
that
but just how you wouldn't watch a documentary, you would be so
I
bored.
don't have a problem watching a documentary.
Uh-huh.
It's what's the documentary about? What is it about?
About
Who is it about?
killings, like people getting killed.
Okay. I mean,
It's
I don't need to
always
watch
about
that in a documentary. I could just go to work and
it's always that. Like
but
those are the
I don't
documentaries I
even feel like
watch.
I see you watch documentaries. Like
I
I
watch them
think
when
if
you're not here.
I feel like you over the years, like not that you don't watch TV, but like you've never been a TV person. Like it's very rare that you sit down and you're like, oh, unless it's recommended by somebody or the internet,
Yeah.
you're not sitting down and like, let me find something.
Yeah.
You sit down with the TV on for background music and you go on your computer and you do shit.
Yeah.
So it's like you not you don't sit
It's
down and turn
background
on the
noise.
TV with the intent to watch something for real.
It's background noise for sure.
Yeah. But like I'll sit down and I'll be like, oh, like there's this movie that's good or like there's this
Uh-huh.
show like it took me forever to get you to watch the L Word and I know because it was
Yeah,
old
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
whatever but it's just
Uh-huh.
like I don't know, like I just accept the fact that like that's not TV is not your thing,
I feel like it
period.
depends, you
Whether it's
know?
reality or whatever.
No, because I'll watch
You
reality.
like reality
Yeah,
TV,
I
that's probably the
watch
only
Love is
time,
Blind.
but that's because you could talk shit about it. That's
For
because it's in
sure.
live time that you could go and talk shit about it.
For sure.
But like TV series, I think for me, like TV series and movies is something about the like, is it fiction or nonfiction? Which one is like fake? The storyline just gets me.
I think
I
it's
think I
fiction.
just get invested in relationships within TV shows that are like, I don't know, either something that I've experienced or haven't experienced, and I'm just attached to it.
I see.
It's like an alternative life or world.
My thing is, if I can't relate, it's hard for me to watch it. I don't know why. I just don't know why. Like there has to be a person of color or a gay person or something in there that I just have to have a favorite character. And when I watch these shows, I don't have a favorite character.
I have a pretty big imagination, so
Yeah.
I think I just take it for what it is and in my head make it my own.
Yeah. I mean, but that's with everything for me. Even podcasts. Like
I know.
people have recommended like Giggle Squad or some shit like that. And I tried and I was just like everything that they're talking about can relate. And I don't know. It's just it is what it is. All right, I'll ask you another one. What are you learning about yourself right now?
What am I learning about myself right now?
Or what was something challenging from this week?
Something challenging from is this week over yet? This week just started.
Yeah, I know.
I can't keep track of the days. What did I do this weekend? Oh, we went out and stuff.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. So maybe just like getting through the weekend. It's so crazy
What do you
because the
mean getting
weekends
through the
just be
weekend?
flying. Like we had things to do, which I was excited to get into, but it was just like to get myself to like get ready, like prepare for it. Like Friday, I had to pack and then go down to my mom's, and then like the whole process of like getting my hair cut and then coming back up and us getting ready to go meet people, and like it was just a lot of things happening back to back. Sunday we did something. No, I think Sunday we chilled. But I guess just like I don't know, like just getting through it, even though at one point I just wanted to sit down and do nothing.
Yeah.
But I had a good time, so that's all that matters. Right. What was the other question? What am I learning about myself right now? I am learning to just let things be what it is, if that makes sense.
Like what?
Just everything. I'm like, just work. I'm still learning my job, but like I'm cool with being where I'm at, cool with learning who I'm learning from, what I'm doing. Like, I'm not in a rush to get somewhere, if that makes sense. But I think that that's not like just something that I'm learning right now. I think that's something I've been learning over the course of the year since I left my previous job.
Yeah.
So I think like just the whole experience of like leaving a job, starting over, starting in a new job, and all that stuff, I'm just like, eh. And I feel like everybody's struggling, so I'm not, which we've talked about this, where I'm just like, I'm letting that be. Like, why am I gonna keep complaining about something when everybody has something to complain about, if that makes sense?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just very much a big person of like, just live.
Yeah.
Shit's gonna be what it is, but find the gratitude for the things that you got and keep going.
Oh shit.
That's all I got.
I guess I can answer this too. Which one should I answer? I even forgot what I asked you.
What are you learning about yourself?
Yeah, what am I learning about myself? Right now I feel like I'm learning to not tie how I make money to like my success, and like I don't know, like I feel like we were talking about this yesterday, like um what is success, like what makes me successful, like is the job that I have what makes me successful. um and I feel like, well, I haven't talked about this openly, but I'm no longer working a 9 to 5, and I haven't been in the last couple of weeks, because I didn't like it. Like, well, it's not that I didn't like it, because nobody likes it, but like um in the position that I was in, it was a contract role, which meant that my contract was up after a certain time, and I could have had the chance to extend it, and I decided not to because I had the worst manager I've ever had in my life. And I think I jinxed myself, because I remember telling someone, I've never had a bad manager, everyone's been pretty good. And this was honestly my first experience with a bad manager, and all I could say is that having a bad manager is really like a make it or break it for like your work life balance and your mental health and everything. Like, this man will call me after like 5 6 p.m., like, and like multiple times. Like, it wasn't just a one time thing, and I told him, like, listen, like, I'm out of, like, I'm not working. And I feel like he kind of took offense to that. And he was very old school when it came to that. And I'm like, no, like, I'm not killing myself. Also, it was a contract role, which meant like, you're not, like, I don't get no benefits from this. I don't got a 401k with y'all or anything. So it's like, yeah, my time, like, once I clock out, like, I clock out. So, um, the career itself was fun, but I feel like the company was also an agency and it was a startup. And when you mix those two, that is like the worst thing in the world, working for a startup, working for a marketing agency. It I learned that now. So I feel like now I'm just doing a bunch of side gigs and kind of like enjoying my time and enjoying my life, and not rushing into something just to have a job, because I know that when I don't have a good job, everything around me is just like chaos. Like, I feel like I just can't seem to separate it sometimes. So I'm not trying to rush the process either, because I feel like when I've done that, I just end up in a company that I truly don't like. So um I think a lot of the times we meet someone and we're like, what do you do? Like, so what do you do? So what do you do? And it's like, now I gotta talk about all the things that I do, the things that I've done. Do I have, like, it's like, I don't know. It's kind of annoying, because before it's not a big deal, because you could just talk about, I don't know, like, I could just talk about what I did, but now I feel like I do so many things. So it's like I seem unstable. That's how I see it sometimes. Um
I'd never ask someone what do they do. Not that I never, but I feel like I don't. Maybe I guess that's how you make small talk, but I don't,
Yeah,
that's
small
not like
talk.
something that I ask. Like, oh,
Yeah.
hey, da, da, da. It's usually like, oh, well, where are you from? Oh, you like by
Mm-hmm.
yourself type shit. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't, only because like I also don't like to bring up what I do. Like, if you ask me, you ask me, and depending on like the situation, like I'll tell you what it is. But most times it's like, I don't, I don't want to talk about what I do. So,
Why not though?
um, I don't know. Sometimes I just think it's like one, it's not, why do you need to know what I do? Two is sometimes it's just like, that is my own thing.
Yeah.
Not that it's a secret, but I mean, I think before in my previous job, I never talked about it because it wasn't something that I wanted people to know. So when people would ask me, I would just downplay it. Like, oh yeah, I just work security.
Mm-hmm.
So, because it's like, you never know who knows who, and like, I don't know, when you work as a correction officer, it's just, you just don't want to be that known. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's different from being a police officer. But
Right.
so I think like that's why like when I would never talk about it then, it just still sticks with me now. But
Yeah.
I also think it's like how you're saying, like people are asking, oh, like asking what do you do is like asking how much you make. Like, we're not attached. Like, that's not what make
So annoying. Right.
like we're more valuable than what we do and what we make.
Exactly.
So I feel like just like that type of conversation just never goes that well, because then it goes like, all right, well, oh, you make that, oh, well, I make this, or I do this, or like
Right.
now it's like the tit for tat
Mm-hmm.
type of conversation, and I'm not here to have none of that.
Yeah. It's
If I
insane.
wanted to talk about work, I would stay at work and talk to people I work with about work. Like,
Literally.
I'm here to have fun.
Yeah. I feel like it's just something to talk about. Literally what you said. It's just small talk.
Yeah.
Um and I did have someone actually DM me on LinkedIn who listens to the podcast to talk about
Would you look at
to
that?
talk about marketing and like I mean I could talk about marketing all day, but I guess one piece of advice that I give people who are looking into marketing roles, specifically in influencer marketing or anything like that, is if you're planning on working with an agency, just plan to work very long hours, weekends. They treat these influencers like celebrities, so you kind of have to like kiss people's feet. Um, you don't make you you don't make much money. It's funny because like I was making like 50K, 55K, and in one agency, and then in the other one I was making a lot more, but let's remember that I wasn't getting benefits, and I was fighting for more money, and they they wouldn't budge. And one influencer could make over $100,000 for just a 30-second video, and I was asking for like 10K more than what I was making, and that was like a problem for them. Mind you, I'm working 40 hour weeks, 40 hours a week plus more. So I was like, yeah, nah, like yeah, you're not gonna take advantage, but that's life, huh? Um, let's go into another one. Let's see. So I'm gonna include because there's more, but basically this is just questions to ask instead of housework. Um, and I found another one from this therapist called Jeff Gunther, I believe is how you say his name, and it's questions to ask someone at the start of a relationship. And I'm gonna go through some of these. But for the first one, it says, what counts as cheating?
Are you asking me that?
Yeah.
Girl, I don't know.
No?
No, I don't think about it. What counts as cheating? I guess the physical
Right.
aspects, kissing,
Yeah.
sex.
Right.
That's it.
I feel like some people are very like have PTSD from previous partners cheating on them. So I feel like they have probably probably like a specific
thing.
Yeah. Like
I've been cheated on, but girl, that's a lifetime ago, so I really don't care.
Right. Like texting or like DMing or like even liking pictures, setting hearts in a picture. Like it's like a lot of things like that could count as cheating for someone or like emotional cheating. So that's like
a stretch.
I mean, girl, I'm telling you,
I don't know that it counts as cheating, but does it raise your red flag? Like, does it, is your, that's insecurity. Yeah. That's not, I don't feel like that is a full throttle, what's example of cheating.
What's insecurity though?
Like, talking about, like you liking other girls' pictures.
Now you
or
know
like a heart eyeing. I mean, I guess a heart, like, I don't know, it depends.
Now, but you know damn well some couples like this. Like you,
what?
You personally know some couples like this.
Yeah, but that's not a form of cheating. Yeah. I can, like, okay, yeah, you're gonna feel, that's jealousy. That's not cheating. Yeah. That's jealousy and that's insecurity. And, like, that's fine. I get that. But don't, my thing, everybody, to each its own, I don't know. But, like, don't play it to the extent of, like, that's cheating. Because, like, I don't know. It almost like diminishes like how bad cheating is. Like not how bad. I don't know.
I know what you mean.
But like, you know what I'm saying? Like cheating is obviously a serious thing, but now you're making it non-serious. Like with well, you're liking other girls' shit. Like what the fuck is social media for? Right. I don't know. But I just think like people are getting like not confused, but they're just ODing it.
Yeah, I think it like depends. Like I feel like for some people, if you like a new picture, okay. But if you actively are like looking through their profile and liking old pictures, that could be a little tragic. And like liking multiple pictures, it's like you want them to have your attention. So yeah, that's a combo. But there's another one. It says, Are there certain things that we mutually agree to not tell each other? Like, what if an ex texts me? What if my friend doesn't like you? Do you want to know, or should I handle it privately? That's interesting. Right. I feel like sometimes when you are too honest, it could just raise arguments. Like it's like, if an ex texts you, how about you just block their number and never talk to them again?
And don't so tell me. I'd be the one to tell you, just because it's like I don't want it to make it seem like I hid anything. Yeah. Because I also think like, oh, it's for funny. But I feel like we've both been in positions to where that has happened. Like one of your exes had texted you when me and you started dating. Yeah. And I forget how it went. I think I was a little salty though.
I know, you were so annoyed.
I was a little, pretty annoyed. I forget why.
Yeah, you were. I forgot why either. I forgot what they said.
It was something within the conversation. And then I was like, but why are you entertaining it?
I was entertaining it.
Low key, but I forget. Really? I forget how it went. But I was annoyed by it. Because I was like, okay. Oh, I think, you know what I think it was? Because they hit you up before. And then they hit you up again.
Oh, yeah.
So like, it was not one time. It was twice. Yeah. So I think that's why I was annoyed. And to me, it was like, okay, you're entertaining it. Like
I definitely wasn't entertaining it.
So for me, when me and you first started dating, I had an ex on Snapchat. Right. And they had already been in and out. Yeah. Yeah. With the last person that I was fucking with. But when I started dating you, they were like, oh, like, obviously, like, I'm posting you and shit, and I don't do that like that. Yeah. So they're like, oh, like you're fucking with somebody you like type shit.
And it's like, why do they have to do that? Like, yo, it's like mind your business. Yeah. Like, why do you have to comment?
Right. Like why do you want to be seen now?
Get over it.
Right. So that was before you, but
no, it wasn't.
Yes. Well, yeah, that was around the time me and you just started dating.
I know, but then she hit you up when you had posted us. And then you told me that she hit you up on Snapchat.
No, it's when I posted you. And she hit me up on Snapchat. She was like, oh, somebody's in love. And I was like, yeah, it's my turn. And I blocked her from Snapchat right after that. Like, I didn't even wait for a response. And then that was it. I never had another one hit me up or nothing like that. But when we were back in South Jersey, that same person followed me on Instagram, and I showed you.
Oh yeah, you
remember?
Did,
and I was like, look who just followed. Like, what?
Yeah.
In what world?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't care. Like my page wasn't private. It isn't
like,
private.
So it's like, why do you have to
right.
follow?
So like, I didn't care. Like, I was really gonna leave her ass there.
Yeah.
I was gonna let her follow me. Like, you came here for what you was looking for. All right, cool. Like, I have no beef. Like, no, whatever. Like, I hadn't dated that person in a decade.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. So I wasn't, but in consideration of you, I was just like, let me not be weird. And I told you. And I actually asked you, I was like, oh, like, does it bother you? Like, I'll remove her as a follower right now. And like, I removed her. You were like, nah, it doesn't matter. But like, I removed her anyway because it just, something about it was just like, like my shit's not private. So it's like, you really don't even have to follow me.
Right.
So, but other than that, I feel like we hadn't been in situations like that. But even like, I don't know. I think I like tried to test the waters just to see like
how crazy I was.
No, girl, you're still crazy. But I'm saying, like, just in general to that question, like, what do we keep to ourselves and what do we talk about? I think I just try to test waters to see what you're open to having conversations to before I just throw it at you. But I can say that, like, depending on what it is, I think we keep some things to ourselves to just avoid, like, unnecessary, conversations that don't really need to be had,
This is another good one. Do you need to know if I have hooked up or dated any of my friends? Would you feel weird or upset with me with meeting someone from my past?
Do I need to know if you mess with
It says,
a past friend?
Do you need to know if I have hooked up or dated any of my friends? Question mark.
That's two different questions.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then would you feel weird meeting them?
No.
I don't think you've ever met someone that I've hooked up with.
I mean, are you friends with someone you hooked up with?
No.
Okay. So that's hard to answer, but
yeah.
You're I don't even know the word that I'm looking for, but you are like Edward Scissorhands. You be out here cutting people off like it's nobody's business. So, I mean, if I were to be put in that position, I don't know, maybe. I think it would just depend on like y'all interaction. But it would be like hypocritical of me if I did though, because one of my best friends is somebody that I had relations with. So why would I feel like, you can't have that? Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder if it's a red flag that I'm not cool with exes. Like, am I a terrible person? Like, it's like if somebody was to come up to someone that I dated and asked about me, would they be like, she's the worst.
You'll never see her again.
Yeah. Like, sometimes I'm like, damn, did I fuck people? Like, oh, no.
So I don't know what it is.
I think it's straight culture, though. That's straight culture, though. Like, not being cool with them.
Like, because, well, yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Like, I don't have experience like wholeheartedly like being in a relationship with a guy the way that you have, but like I would think that that's a thing where it's like, all right, well, I broke up with him, he's out here doing his thing with other girls, and usually like that's where the disconnect comes in, is because it's just like you can't separate yourself from that relationship with the guy, so you can't be friends, like, because now you see him fucking around with other girls, so like that's where the is distasteful and you don't want to be friends with them.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe coming from being in a straight relationship and like experiencing that, it makes you not want to have that attachment with an ex. Yeah. But I also think that is different because like you can't define every person that you hooked up with as an ex.
Right, exactly.
Because not everyone that you've hooked up with or has had relations with has, you know, it hasn't been to the fullest extent of like a relationship.
Right.
So, you know, I think it depends on the relationship that you've had with the person on whether or not you can hold a friendship or like a amicable relationship with.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I see you, I say what's up, or we might catch up type shit.
Right. That makes sense. But I also think about it like in the LGBTQ world, like tying it back to our last episode. For example, that girl Shannon. She's been online for years and she's put her relationships public for years. And I feel like now people are just speaking up about their relationship with them and just saying how like they were wrong or they were played with. And then I'm like, damn, like, is she a bad person or like are people just saying their side? And like Shannon's not speaking on this because apparently her manager told her she shouldn't or can't. So it's like she can't defend herself because then it's just, I don't know. But sometimes I try to put myself in other people's shoes and think about like if I were in that person's shoes with the people I date say bad things about me. I have never in my life played someone though, like actively like cheated or like I don't know, like I feel like people have certain scenarios with her. And I'm like, I never did some shit like that.
Yeah, but we have to remember, like, even if in our minds we feel like we did everything we could do to be considerate or like the good guy, we're always somebody's bad guy.
Always. And I always feel
every
like
time you're gonna be considered the bad guy because you've broken up the relationship.
Right. Like
every time.
Like, oh, she played me. She with that girl that hit me up and like her side of the story was
I looked her up.
I know you did.
Actually, I had a friend who looked her up.
Yeah, you mad weird for that and crazy.
I'm saying it'd be like that.
I feel like she was easy to look up.
Because you were, first of all, y'all was still friends
professor, yeah.
on Facebook.
Come on, girl.
That's way back when, though.
I did not use Facebook. Damn,
at that time, yes, girl. Yes, you did.
Now I gotta check my Facebook.
And then at the time, y'all were still following each other on Instagram. That's why I guess it came up.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
FBI, huh?
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm in the job I'm in.
I mean, in their eyes, it was like you cut me off out of nowhere, and then you started dating a new girl, and I'm like, no, that's not how it happened. I told you, I cut this off multiple times, and then I started. Yeah, but
you would have took it the same way.
If I was in her shoes,
yes,
like
you would have took it the same way because regardless of like you cut this off multiple times, you cut it off multiple times in words, but in reality, your reaction, like actions, were different. Like you were still entertaining me
just because I'm following you back.
No, like you were talking about y'all done, but y'all was still seeing each other, right?
No, we weren't. We weren't actually. We really weren't.
It took y'all some time to stop seeing each other.
I'm dead.
But yeah, everybody's version of what happens is different. I think like always. That's where
people have to remember that.
Like I'm pretty sure, like sure, I'm a pretty like, at least I try to be, and then I'm just like whatever. Like I try to be real nice, considerate person and be like, listen, you know, this isn't gonna work, and I think they're gonna understand. And then I do have to ghost them sometimes. I do, because you're just not getting it. And at this point, I think I am okay with settling in the idea of I'm just the bad guy. I'm the person who ghosted you. Like we can't please everybody.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. So I'm definitely, people's bad,
Yeah. I mean, we're both Virgos, so I'm sure we're seen as this cold person. All right, last one, but I'll put all the questions in the description. How do you feel about me being close with the gender or genders I'm attracted to? Does it bother you? Do you want to meet them? I feel like for this question is pretty like, I feel like it doesn't really tie into queer culture, I guess, because it's like if you're a female who's attracted to females, so you're not supposed to be cool with any females, like any woman. Sorry, woman, because you know if you say females, that's a problem. But does that make sense? Like, okay, so for a straight couple, if you ask them this question, like, can a woman be cool with a man and just be cool with them? Do you think so?
Yeah.
I think so too, but sometimes I question a guy's intentions.
I mean,
can a femme be cool with a stud and just be cool?
Yeah.
I think so too.
You still have, that's like saying, oh, can femme be cool with the guy just be, even though she's lesbian or whatever, but because she's female presenting, like it's gonna attract the guy. Like, first of all, we already know it don't matter what you look like. If these guys like you, if they're attracted to you, if they can, they're gonna shoot their shot.
And they be shooting their shot with you too.
That's what I'm saying. So like, I keep seeing it more and more, especially like the studs who be posting on TikTok, and they're like, yo, guys really don't quit. Like,
no, they don't.
And I don't know how we find ourselves. I mean, I guess that's just work, work culture, period. It's like there's more men in certain like jobs.
Yeah.
So like me, I'm in a predominantly male environment, and I've always been. And it's just like, it's crazy how that, like, it's just gonna happen.
Right. Literally. What can you do about it?
Yeah. Like, I can tell you stories about, like, how some guy would hit on me, but we used to be mad cool. And now he decided this day he wanted to shoot his shot. She'd be like, what? That's so crazy. And to me, in my head, I'm just like, like, I can't fault him. I'm fine. It is what it is. He's a guy. He's gonna shoot his shot. But, I shut that shit down. But, like.
Why?
But then that's just so crazy to you because I feel like,
yeah,
it's just weird to you, but that's also because you're not in predominantly male like work environments.
Yeah.
So it is crazy that is the norm to me, but whatever. But yeah, you could be friends with like person of opposite genders or the same gender without having any like sexual or a extensive relationship.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so let's hop into the family meeting because I feel like we haven't done one, so we gotta do one. It says, why is it so hard dating as a bi girl in the queer community? Most lesbians that I have met don't take me seriously because I'm bi, even though I'm gay as fuck. I came out late in my 20s, so most of my dating experience has been with men. But I have dated girls, so I don't get why this disqualifies me from being a viable dating option. LOL. It seems like girls I've met feel like I'll eventually get tired of taking the strap and want Whoa, we have not read something like this in a while. Hold on. It seems like girls I've met feel like I'll eventually get tired of taking the strap and that I'll want a real diet again. She said I'm not sure if I can say this on here. When I haven't had sex with a man in over 2 years, I can't help that I discovered my sexuality later in life, but the dating pool is already smaller as a lesbian, and being bi seems to make it more complicated. Well, I do want to say that being bi doesn't mean that you like a real pee-pee, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like I don't even know why that's. I guess I get why people would think that. And like not every queer person uses a strap either. Like, I want to say that too. So the idea that even that has to be in the bedroom or has to even be introduced is also like not true. So I feel like maybe the girls that you're dating are just immature, small-minded. And honestly, I feel like if you were to meet someone who doesn't accept you as you are, then like they're just not the person for you.
Yeah, people just have some more growing to do.
Yeah, literally.
Um, I feel like the idea of like, oh, you're gonna leave me for a guy is um
Is
that's
that like an insecurity?
yeah, it's like an insecurity. Like I think it's natural to think it sometimes, but I do think like it's one thing to think about it and know the possibility that it could happen, but not feeding too much into the idea and pushing it to happen, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because now, like, while that's an insecurity of yours and oh yeah, it could be a possibility, you're feeding into that idea, is making it real.
Yeah.
And now it's destroying the relationship that you have with that person, and it's going to push them into doing that, you know? So I just think like, sure, there's people out there who have their preference and you know, don't want to deal with bisexual women, but at the same time, like, let's just be a little bit mature about it, you know, grow out of the idea that, oh, you're gonna leave me for a man, and possibly accept the fact that you could be the woman she stays the rest of her life with, type shit, you know. um you I got with you, and you know, you identified with being bisexual.
Mm-hmm.
And I never once thought like, oh, and like I listened to all your stories about you and guys. I've I've mentioned from time to time I wouldn't be surprised if you ended up with a guy in the event we broke
Oh,
up.
God, yes.
But I don't have a feeling in my body that I'm like, oh, I need to worry about it anytime
Yeah.
we're around somebody, you know?
I could tell you right now, I would not end up with a guy.
I don't think that it's impossible, but
Nope. Maybe a trans man, maybe. But I tell you right now, I'll be
I
damned.
listen, these trans men out here, they be fine. You know I love my gay men too, so I'm saying. But
Um, yeah, nah. It's just, I mean, I could go into it in another episode, but yeah, it's just,
yeah.
it's crazy out here. I feel like it's one of those things where it's just a culture. Like, I don't know. It's like somebody always gotta hate on somebody. So like the buys are like at the bottom. It's so sad.
I don't know if they're at the bottom, but
Yeah, they're not. They're not.
yeah.
But yeah, they're just not for you. I feel like, honestly,
You'll find people who don't like, it
who,
doesn't bother them.
yeah, and are not insecure by it because it truly is an insecurity. But guess what? Like a bi girl can leave you for anybody.
A bi girl can leave you for anybody. A straight girl can leave you for anybody. A gay girl can leave you for anybody. Anybody can leave you for anybody. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, it really doesn't. It don't come down to like, oh, that
Yeah.
person's, you know, better, or because that person's this gender.
Right.
No, like, people just have attraction to who they have attraction to, and if they think it's worth taking the risk,
Yeah.
they're gonna take it.
Well, okay, one last comment. Like, I remember being told that if I were to, with somebody that I dated, like, oh, if you date, it was a woman, she said, if you were to date a woman after me, I actually would be more hurt than if you were to date a man. I was like, oh.
Here you are, almost
Yeah.
5 years later.
Yeah, I know. So funny.
I used to say that.
Yeah,
I think when I used to when I used to entertain straight girls, when I was younger, which I don't have I know that that's like a cringe for you. Again, me, like, I don't have a exact preference. Like, if I'm attracted to you, I'm attracted to you, and like, it doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, whatever. Like,
I think we should just say that we're pansexual. How about that? No, seriously.
Oh Lord. I mean, I don't know.
I lost your train of thought.
Yeah. Oh, now you're throwing curveballs at me. But yeah, I really lost the train of thought.
I'm sorry.
Damn. Oh no, but I would used to say that, like, I would be butthurt if, like, you know, back when I dated straight girls. I can't talk. Because like, you work so hard just to get them to like, you know, see you and then like take the relationship serious, and then when you're like, oh, I finally got them here, and it's like, you know, if you got to go back to the straight life, then, I can accept that because that's where I got you. That's where I found you. So if that's where you got to go back to, I'm not mad about it. I can just be grateful that we had this experience, right?
Yeah.
But now you leave me. And not only do you leave me, but you leave me for another shorty? Like, nah, that's unacceptable.
That's crazy.
That's nuts.
Yeah, like, so you really... I can't. So you really gay now.
Right. So you really gay now? Like, so everything, like, I done taught you is you're going over there with it?
Wow.
That's crazy.
LGBTQ.
Nah. That's funny, though.
Very. But that's all, y'all. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah.
And please give us a rating on Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
All right, now, y'all. Deuce, mother goose.
Bye.